Okay, so we're going to make another 2D drawing. We're going to make it of this part now. We're going to add some dimensions to it, and we'll put a section view, a view cut right through the middle of the centre ball, just to show you how to add the section. Again, I know this is no material added, so I'm just going to make it a cast alloy steel, so I've got a material added to it. I'm going to save it, going to minimise it down, and then I'm going to open up my drawing template, and before I do anything else with it, I'm going to save it as drawing exercise 3. So I now can't corrupt my template in any way. This is my drawing, this isn't my template that I'm working on, although it's my template, it's a drawing I'm working on. So I'm going to go to find my part, exercise 6, that it is there, or I could browse for it. I'm going to drag in a front view. I'm going to put a plan view in. I'll do that. I'm going to add to that an isometric view. I think it's that one in there. We can move it around afterwards. So these two views need to show hidden details. This can stay as a rendered view. So I'm going to click on my front view, the initial view I brought in. There's my hidden detail showing. Now you can see lines showing here, which are called tangent lines or font lines, and they show where the fillet is. And I don't really need them to show. It can be sometimes confusing. So one of the ways I can do it is I'll right click on the line, go up to here, hide show edges. That can be time consuming, so if I right click on the view, go to tangent edge, removed, it takes it out and cleans the view up for me. I'm not going to bother with this view, just interested in doing it in that view there. This view could do with some center line showing on it, so center line, select the view, click on the view, job done. So now I want to create my section view. My section view is going to look through there. So I go up here, section view. I want a vertical cut in line. I pick on my center point, drag my view out. There's my section view shown there. I actually want it to be section A, and I've done that. Cut in planes are a bit close, so if I go on the cut in plane line and I can just drag it, I should be able to just drag it down and drag it up. So drag it up on that one. May have to zoom in a second, and then we'll drag it down on that one. There we go. Job done. Now this view shows these little dashed lines, hidden lines in the box. By clicking on the refresh button up here, cleans that up. I can move the text. Okay, it's not one of those things. So we need a center line to go through here. Let's back up to annotation, center line, select my view, center line in. So all my center lines are in. Yeah, I'm going to give it a quick save so that I don't lose anything. So let's move it around a little bit. Space, there we go, lovely. Okay, so let's add some dimensions. So let's zoom in on this view here for a second, and what we can do is we can quite simply dimension this by clicking here, 80. Now this view shows that line going through the middle, which is quite fine, but actually it can become confusing with things. So if I come up to the leader and I pick on this option, removes that line, so it's now got a nice clean simple line there. Okay, so let's zoom back out. So we'll look at what else we can dimension. Well, I can dimension from this face to this face. I can zoom in and I can do, see what else I can do here. Well, no, what I'll do is I'll actually dimension that there. So I'll dimension from there to there on that view there. I want to force the arrows inside, leader, force them inside, job done. I can detail the hole, and I can do lots of things to get that. So let's just go and put a detail view in, just to this hole. So I just click there, drag it out again. Okay, I'll put it over here. I won't have it as E, it's going to be B on my drawing, so B it's going to be, and it comes in there. And so now I can go into put in my hole callout, and if I use my hole callout command, it tells me that it's a 16 through with a 25 countable 5mm deep. Once again, I can clean up my leader line, so it's only on the outside. I could put a dimension in for my radius here, 20, clean up my leader line. So it's just general bits and pieces really, so I'm getting my dimensions in. Let's put a dimension from the center line to this hole. Let's make this a dimension that we need to look at, and I can look at different ways in which I can give it precision. I could give it tolerances and things like that. If I make it a basic dimension, it puts a box on it, so the basic dimension is in there. If I wanted to give it a limit, I could set an upper and lower limit value. I can give it a bilateral, a plus minus value. Okay, and I can set all kinds of different things to it. We'll just make it a basic dimension for now. So it's just a dimension for we've marked for things like that. We'll look at this hole here, and we'll zoom in here, and we'll dimension from here to here. And because this is a bore, we'll actually give it a little bit of a tolerance on it. So back to the values, and we'll give it limits, and we'll give it a lower limit, so the smaller size we want it to be, because this is just going to be a bore, it's going to fit onto something. So the smaller size we want it to be is going to be 50.01, and the upper limit, let's just give it a smaller upper limit, -1, and let's give that 0.9. And so what we've got is 0.1, so the limit on that. Okay, so I can set limits. And let's give it another dimension. We need to give a dimension from the center line there to the top there. Okay, we need to do that. We need to give it a dimension to show thicknesses all the way through, so we can do that with a 12 dimension there, and we're getting there or thereabouts with it. We can add a note to it. We can add a simple note. We can add a simple note, and our simple note can say all radii 3mm. Job done. Save it. Complete your drawing. Give it a date. Always give it a date. Give it a description. We call it a guide clamp, I think it was. Give it a drawing number. EX03 will do. Give it a material. Alloy steel. Okay. And again, we use the detail view, we've used the section view. We'll have a look at a few other ways that we can do it, and we'll look at adding some more detail to the dimensions. We'll look at how we can add some tolerances and things like that in as well later on. Okay, so that's it for now.